We can curse at work, y'all. Isn't that fun? Okay. All right. Our next guest is a very lovely, lovely human being, and Samantha's going to come back out here. Yes. We have a little prop that's going to be used for Sandra this evening, which is super fun. Sandra Spence, an amazing individual, so artistic. They have really great style. Their outfit is incredible tonight. I was like, oh my God, you're crushing it. We did ask Sandra some questions, so let me see what we got the responses here from Sandra. We asked her if you could live in a movie universe for a day, what would it be and why? And Sandra said Wallace and Gromit. So cute because it's a colorful and creative world of claymation, and you get to eat a lot of cheese. I mean, yeah, sounds good to me. We also asked Sandra to give a Yelp review of her childhood bedroom. Ooh, and she said 5 out of 5 stars. If you're looking for a place that feels like a warm hug for your soul, this is it. Surrounding yourself in sunshine yellow here makes all the stress of the world just melt away. It's the perfect spot to relax, hang out with friends, and indulge in the simple joys of life, like tea parties and dollhouses. Highly recommend for anyone who needs a little light and nostalgia in their life. Sandra, I want to live there. That is pretty great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Make some noise for our next presenter, the ever so lovely Sandra Spence.
Look into these eyes, and what do you see? These eyes inspired me to create joy and comfort in my home. This is Sarah Milner Smith, and she and I have a very complicated relationship. She and her brothers moved to Masonville, Colorado in 1865. They ranched the land and they raised beef and dairy cattle. There was a saying during that time that was hog, root, or die, which meant you had to work your ass off just to survive. It was milking the cows, butchering the cows, branding the cows, letting the cows in, bringing the cows in, and protecting the cows from wildlife. Oh my God, it was so much work. Now, Sarah had a daughter, Alice, and Alice fell in love with John Spence, who was a bicycle racer. Bicycle racing was scandalous at the time, and he had to get a real job in order to get married. So he became a teacher and received 240 acres as a wedding gift. Their son is Hunter. Now, Hunter was the last family member to ranch the land. It was just too much work and not enough profit. And the land was sold down to 32 acres. Now, Hunter had Bruce, and Bruce had his family very young. So he decided to move back to the family land for the family discount. Now, Bruce's son is Kurt, and Kurt is my husband. Where are you? I love you. To Kurt, home is the smell of fresh cut hay and the taste of dust in his mouth from the dirt road. Home is Masonville. Before I met Kurt, I grew up in the suburbs of Denver, miles of pavement for me to ride my bike and having next door neighbors, memories of cruising up and down Colfax and going to the mall. Now, after 17 years of being married, we had the opportunity to move back to the family land. I didn't know if I would like it. I said I'd give it a try. And after all, we got the family discount too. So we moved our 2 beautiful children. They are the 6th generation to live in Masonville. That's 160 years. I took Sarah's picture and I hung it in the entryway. Now, moving from the city to the country was a very difficult journey. That's not funny. I was so depressed. I longed for the city. What the hell was I doing? Well, I looked into Sarah's eyes, and I decided that I would have the same faith, grit, and determination that she had to have. I was 100% committed to my family and continuing this family legacy, so I decided to do what I love, and that is design beautiful spaces. My surroundings affect me on a deep and emotional level. Colors, textures, patterns, they all affect me. So I decided to bring the colors of nature into my home, like the rainbow that's in the colors of this aspen picture. This picture hangs above my fireplace, and the colors and the textures just make me happy when I look at it. My stair risers have blue like the sky and orange like the flagstone, and lots of pattern, and I'm surrounded by lots of wood. And so all of this together creates just a feeling of comfort for me. So after 7 years, I finally got to the place of joy and comfort in my home. I got through the grit, and I took Sarah's picture off the wall. I was tired of her looking at me. I started my own interior decorating business. I just went to a color workshop, and the color palette for this year exudes warmth, comfort, and a sense of ease. And isn't that what we need in the world right now? I want you to think about where you live. I don't care if it's your parents' basement, a mansion, or an apartment. Just think about your surroundings and how does it make you feel? Our son and his fiance have moved back to the land. They got the family discount, of course. But in 2020, our home was affected by the Cameron Peak fire, and thank God it didn't burn down. Well, now I look into Sarah's eyes, and I imagine that she is telling me, well done. And maybe someday we'll have a seventh generation to live in Masonville. I'm Sandra. Thank you for listening to my story.
Yes, that was so fun and informative. Give it up one more time for Sandra Spence.